Before you build any design library and a design system, get sure to watch this video because I'm going to explain every detail that you might need to know about the design systems. After you watch this video, you might think different about the design system. So get sure to bear with me until the end and share this video with the other designers in your team and community. My name is Kia and here is the Kimo. Welcome back to my channel. I'm working as a designer for more than 10 years. For last couple of years, I focus more on building user interfaces, design libraries, and even more design systems. I explored a lot. I tried a lot of different tools and different skills, different basically technologies, and I've done a lot of mistakes while I was learning this process, and therefore I decided to make this video and share these experiences with you as well, which might be very valuable. At least I believe so. I want you to not do the same mistakes because some of them are very costly. Some of them basically take the whole team into the challenges that are not very necessary, and you can avoid them easily if you have a proper knowledge about what a design system is. Now you know that why I'm making this video. I guess it's the best time to start the first point that I have in my list here on top, which is a very, very crucial question that you need to ask before you start to work on anything for building a design system. Not only you actually, if you're a designer, but everyone else in your team should also ask the same question from themselves, which is, what is a design system? You might say that this question is very simple. Everyone has a proper answer for it, but trust me, it's not the case. Go ahead, ask different members of your team. You might get totally different answers from different people. And if you start the process of building a design system without having this common understanding among all members of your team, the project or the process are going to end up with the chaos. And the reason is very simple, because people are basically trying hard for achieving different things. So get sure to clarify the answer for this question, not only for yourself, but for the whole team, even the stakeholder or any other parties that are involved in the project. I don't know, if you are building a design system for a specific brand, get sure to involve them as early as possible in your process and ask the same question from them, that what is a design system, or what they think that a design system is. Find the answer, clarify it, and make it as a roadmap for yourself that this is a design system and we will do everything to achieve building this system. One of the common answer to this question is that a design system is basically a design library which we collect all the foundation and the fundamental information that we need in order to design components and different things, different stuff for our digital product. And then we use those foundation to build a component, and at the end we use the component to build the pages, templates, and whatsoever. So actually this is not a very wrong opinion or wrong thought about the design system, but in my opinion, in my experience, it's not covering the whole story, the whole magic behind a design system. So at this point you might ask, okay, then what is a design system, or what do you think that the design system is? I will explain you in a while. But before that, I would like to say that design system might have different definition for different team and different project based on your need, based on what exactly you're gonna do. So a design system basically is a product that you are designing from scratch. Therefore, if you are a designer, you need to dig a little bit more into your needs, into what exactly are your goals that you would like to have a design system, or what exactly design system is going to make you achieve at the end of the day. So these are the questions that will help you to define your own design system. But there is one generic definition of design system in my opinion, which is like this. Design system is a systematic way of designing, developing, maintaining, and scaling one or multiple digital products, or even not digital products actually. So this is the way that I see the design system. Everything that you need to do in order to make this pipeline of designing, developing, even you can add more units such as preparing the content, I don't know, do the accessibility test and everything else into this pipeline. and then make them a little bit work as a system and not a random processes. That's a design system, in my opinion. So based on the definition of design system that I gave you, I believe that the design system itself is a product that you need to design, meaning that you need to do a discovery phase within your team, with the stakeholders, with all the parties involved in the project, to understand why you need this design system, what goals you are basically following or you want to achieve, and what is the impact of this design system or this product in the business that you are basically working with. This is a very simple discovery phase that you usually do for every design productions or every design pipeline that you have, to understand, to have better understanding actually about the thing that you're going to do, which is going to guarantee the success rate at the end. So you might have a better chance to achieve your goal. So saying this, I would like to jump to the first thing that you need to clarify for your project, dig a little bit more into it. What are the goals of building a design system? There might be different goals that the business that you're working with is going to pursue, or you are planning to achieve within your own team, but there are some common goals that most probably you can find kind of same in every project that you are involving in. One of them is the consistency. I wrote it down here. I would like to also share with you. The first goal, or the first common goal in different projects, is building consistency or increasing the consistency within the system. In a normal design pipeline, you might lose the consistency because there is no very firm, let's say, style guideline that you can follow. Or sometimes different designers are working in the same project. Maybe they are not really aligning well with each other, and then some consistency get lost along the processes. Or if you would like to maintain your product in the long term, not just only for 1 year, maybe for many years, like 10 years even, then you need to have a systematic way to, I don't know, build new features, to build or maintain your user interface, and follow the very concrete style guideline. Then you can increase the consistency. But then the question is that why, in which fields do we need the consistency? Are we talking about the user interface, basically elements, or are we talking about, I don't know, the content creation part? Our content also need to be consistent all along the process in different product, different platforms. You see where I'm going with this? So you need to really see that even if you want to achieve the consistency, you need to clarify more information, more detail about that. You need to involve all the units in the project to get sure that they are also adding to this basically discovery phase. Are we talking again about the consistency within our content or within our user interface, within within the way that we develop something, within our processes in general, how we deal with the, I don't know, governance of our project? If there's a new request, how we can deal with it. Sometimes maybe we just handle the things differently if we do not have a systematic way. So you see, there is an inconsistency everywhere if we do not define a system. First goal is consistency, which is usually bringing more efficiency. You know, if we do these things in a systematic way, first of all, everything is clear. The process itself is clear because we have built a system. So we know if there is a new request for building some new feature, how we need to deal with them, how we can process the new request. And if we are talking about very complex design system, this will mean a lot. Just imagine if you want to randomly deal with everything. I'm not talking about only the change request, but even maintenance, bug, I don't know, solving and everything else. If you want to do everything randomly, then it will be a big chaos in a big production pipeline. Therefore, if we have a system, then we have better process management. We have better communication all along the process, all along the pipeline, within the team, among the different units. It's a very valuable thing because it's gonna save a lot of money, a lot of time in development process, in design process for the businesses that you're working with or within your team itself. So this is these two were one of the two main goals that I can say at the moment. Of course, there are different goals that you can also pursue. So get sure to extract the opinion of everyone in this stage to clarify and define the goal of the process, the goal of having the design system, and get sure to pin it somewhere that everyone can know it. So everyone should be aware of these things, because this is going to define the roadmap, overall way that you need to go, the overall path. The reason is that usually the process of building a design system, it depends on the scale of the design system actually, which is the next topic, usually take around 2 months, 6 months, or even sometimes 1 year, even more. It depends again on this scale. And if not everyone in the team is aware of the goal, you might lose your kind of path on the way. So it's better that you always know what is the thing that you are trying to achieve. You can of course improve it. You can of course reflect on them and try to kind of make different goals when you're in the process. But again, everyone needs to be aware of that. This is the first thing. The next point in my note is the scale of your design system, which should be clarified. What is the scale? How big, basically, in a simple word, is your design system is going to be? We have different type of or different scales of design system, which I brought a couple of them here. Are we talking about single brand design system, or you need a multiple design system? This is the first question. I guess it's very simple what we are talking about. A single brand and multi-brand design system are basically defining a design system that can manage and handle different brand guidelines for the same component set, same template set, same page set within its core. And of course, it's bringing flexibility for each brand. So basically imagine a horizontal axis that you can have one component base, component core, or system core, which every brand can reuse it and build its own basically tech stack or design system. This should be clarified at the beginning as well. The second thing related to scale is that, are we talking about a single layer design system or multi-layers design system? As I said, if we imagine that the multi-brand design systems are in the horizontal axis, the multi-layers are defined in the vertical axis, meaning that in every design system, we can have a child design system that inherit the main parameters from the parent design system. And there is always connection between these levels and layers, basically. So if you change something within the parent layer, the child layer can also inherit it from it. And these layers can even go furthermore. We can have child layers for the next child layer as well, which means that, for example, sometimes we have, 3 layers of inheritation, we have sometimes 4. It depends on how big your design system is going to be. So just imagine if you have multi-brand, multi-layers design system is one of the very huge and biggest design system that you can imagine, which is very rare, I have to say. Maybe it's not really worth it to go for it because it's very hard to handle. It's very hard to maintain as well, and it's usually very expensive to build. One more thing that has impact on the scale of the design system is of course the topic of how many products are we going to work on, or how many products are we going to build this design system for. So are we going to build a system that is going to handle a single platform product, or single product, or multiple products, meaning that our system is going to be just only for a website, or it's going to be for ecosystems, for different products that are sharing the same common language of design or features basically, and user interface, or even different platforms. Like, are we going to have a system that we gonna design a product for the print material, for example, or not? So again, multi-brand, single brand, single layer, multi-layers, single product, multi-products. These are the parameters that define the scale of your design system. And the next point that you need to clarify within your team is that what are the focus point of our process. This will define that which units you need to involve in your basically design system, and how the scale of your design system is going to be, and how the architecture of your design system is going to be. And what are these focus? By saying the focus of the process, I mean sometimes based on the goal that we have, We just want to focus on building a design system that is handling the user interface of our product. But sometimes we go further and we would like to basically make a connection between the user interface design and the dev side. So basically we build not only a design library, but also a systematic way to connect the design to the tech team. So our focus is on the design and development pipeline. We can even go further and say, hey, now our focus is more on the content creation, design, dev, and even furthermore, different focus point that we can define for ourselves. So it's very important to also define the focus point, which is almost similar to the goal, or you can define them based on the goal, but there is a slightly difference between them. Focus points are basically a more detailed version of your goal. And goals is defining basically your vision. These were a couple of points that you need to clarify for yourself and your team. And I cannot really emphasize how important it is that you do it at the beginning of the process and get sure to involve all the units. You might think that it might be costly and it might take a lot of time to involve everyone and do these things. But trust me, if you don't do it in the next steps, in the kind of later on in the project, you will face with a lot of problems that you could avoid if you just clarify these things at the beginning. And as I said, the design system is basically a product that you're going to design. So get sure you find this answer together with your team. And what is the next actually? If you have a proper answer for this, the next step is very, very easy. First of all, you need to build up your team. So you need to know which units you need to have within your core team that is going to build the core of the design system. And maybe also you can work on your governance and get sure that, hey, for, I don't know, building or reusing this core part of a design system, which kind of units need to get involved as well. You can also have a different architecture for your team, which is very important and next step for yourself. So you need to design the architecture of your design system, including every detail, architecture of every processes, architecture of every unit that you have in your design system, how the units are working together, communicating with each other, within each unit, how the things are working, what are the tasks, what are the results, what are the outputs. This architecture is defining the skeleton of your design system basically. And it's not about only the design library, of course. You need to define the architecture of your design library as well, how you tokenize the stuff, that's also very important, how you automate the stuff, but again, not directly jump to the design library. When you clarify your architecture, now you can decide which technology you need to have in order to build those vision that you have in mind. So you need to decide on the toolkits and everything that you need to have to implement your design system. And of course, you need to also have in mind that if the design system is going to serve multi-brand, multi-product and whatsoever, you need to get sure that everyone else need to be aware of this thing. So you need to document your tools very well, that everyone knows how to reuse this core part that you are building. And at this point, you have everything that you need to start your projects. So you can go ahead, share everything again with your client if you are working for someone else, or within your team, share with the decision makers and go for it. Build the stuff. You can also use the different agile method to go through the processes and build your design system in the first step, the core of the design system. We can discuss about this later on, but get sure to share these things with your basically team members. Actually, this is the end of this video. I tried to just scratch the surface of the design system by talking about what exactly design system is, which I personally always found it very important, because I see many people, even if they are seniors and they're working as a designer in the industry for many years, they ignore these points and they directly jump to build a design library within the Figma. But guess what? Sometimes even you can skip the Figma and directly build a system that has no need for design library to just make it more efficient. So that would be very great if you can practice this design, I don't know, double diamond process, if you want to say, or I don't know, in general, this curiosity about finding answers for the questions that are very important in every design process that you are going through, then I believe you're gonna be a very, very amazing designer. No rush, as in always, discover as much as you can, and then build a design system that is going to serve your needs, that's going to bring you a real value and not just a design library. If you want me to make more videos about a design system, get more deeper into the topics like how we can build a design library within a Figma, how we can do the automation between the dev and design unit, what are the important topics for content creators, how we can involve the different units of our team within the design system, let me know in the comment section. Please write down there what are the topics that you want to know more about them, and like this video. These are the signs that you are giving me to kind of make more videos and content related to this topic. And get sure to smash the subscribe button if you watch this video and you like it and you haven't done it yet. Thank you very much. Let's learn together. See you in the next video.